Yeah, it's your boy Polo the Swag King, and I'd like to welcome y'all to another episode of Polo's POV. If you thought about it, we probably go talk about it. Life, love, and all the above. And now that you know what type of party it is, let me stop all the shucking and jiving and come on with the come on. How y'all doing out there, man? I hope y'all had a good Easter. Man, I hope your energy is high. And I ain't gonna even stunt. You know how we like keeping it real on Polo POV. My energy was a little low, but I had the show must go on, as they say. The show must go on. And you know that would separate the successful people for the non-successful. Because, man, sometimes you just got to push through. You just got to put your head down, buckle up, and get the job done. And speaking of getting the job done, man, I hope y'all had a good Easter. I sure did. Had a couple of family and friends over. We ate good. Couple other things I don't want to discuss. You can use your imagination. Feel free to use your imagination, but you won't hear it from me. But yeah, we ate good. Got a little yard work done. A couple projects around the house. So not only was it a very cheerful and entertaining, but productive Easter, I might add. I made very good use of my days off work, which in my job, you better appreciate every one of them because they're few and far between. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, y'all, it's been a minute. I've been trying to get some new equipment and everything going and put on a better show for y'all. But just give me time. I'm working on it. I'm getting up. But you already know how I like to do it. I jump right on into it. We had an Arizona man. He was dumping body parts around the state. He facing 29 counts of felonies from, I would imagine, dismemberment and some more shit, but he was just dumping body parts. And the crazy thing, not only if that wasn't crazy enough, the craziest thing about it, he's facing some time, of course, maybe even a death penalty. But I guess he got the right idea. He gonna represent himself. He don't want no lawyer. And I don't know. In this case, I don't know about that, man. Cause they got evidence. I mean, it's kind of hard to accuse somebody of dumping body parts if they wasn't dumping body parts. You know what I'm saying? So, but I guess and representing yourself is not necessarily a smart idea. Now, you done went to law school and you know the laws of that state. You got some experience in the court system. Then maybe. But Polo ain't really trying to represent himself. You know what I'm talking about? Let me get a lawyer. Even if he court appointed, let me get a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I don't think this gonna work out for him. And then I don't see him beating out 29 felonies. You know what I'm saying? Even if you go in there and win one or two, I mean, man, you still got, 27, 28 more to go. So I don't see this. And if he truly is guilty, then, yeah, they need to go, well, as they say, put him under the jailhouse. Or maybe, I don't believe in it, but maybe even the death penalty. And speaking of that, once again, these are my views. They don't represent any publisher or platform that carries this podcast. I think the death penalty is some bullshit myself because you sit on it too long. Like you'll sit on death row 20, 30 years. And I would imagine they do that. I'm not sure, so don't quote me on that. But I would imagine they do it, to make sure they got the right person before they actually, because, that's a serious punishment, death. I mean, that's the ultimate punishment if you ask me. But this is why I say it's bullshit. You have a person in whether they guilty or not, they want to take themselves out. They want to commit suicide. You'll put them on suicide watch and prevent them from killing themselves, but then you'll turn around and put a needle in them. That just don't sit well with me. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion on that. But anyway, moving along on that, because I know that's a touchy subject though. Philadelphia brings back the indoor mask mandate. Man, I thought we would pass this, and I think just a couple of days ago, the CDC decided that the mask mandate wasn't necessary on planes, trains, and buses of that nature. But Philadelphia said, fuck all that. If you're indoors, you have to have a mask on or we go kick your ass out. And I guess that will be for bars, stadiums, events or things of that nature. But me personally, I feel like, man, this COVID shit ain't nowhere near over. I feel like the numbers, I ain't gonna say being, what's the word I'm looking for? Being doctored up. But all I'm saying is you got these at-home tests and stuff like that. You probably, more and more people getting tested at home. They're not going to the hospital, so it's not getting reported. And that don't mean COVID just disappeared. It was a pandemic, killing a lot of people around the world. So I don't think it's just going down. And then you got different variants popping up. Some ain't as deadly, but they're still infecting people and people still getting sick. So I don't know. You make your own mind up about that. I'm all about that on this show. I just throw the information and my opinion out there. I ain't trying to make nobody mind up for them. But now, me personally, in certain areas, I'm going to have my mask on, even if it's uncomfortable. And it is uncomfortable. And I ain't going to bullshit you. Half the time, I forget it. Like, it ain't that I don't want to wear it. Hell, I just forget to put the motherfucker on. Don't feel like walking back to the car. It's just that simple. Or I'm like, fuck it, I'm already in the store. But people, please believe, if you ain't heard nothing else Polo said, I don't think COVID is over. Nowhere near over. It's just not getting reported because people got the at-home test and everything. They saying that they got this shit. They throwing it in the trash and taking the ass on to work or wherever else because they can't afford the time off or don't want to take the time off. You know what I'm saying? Things that make you say, moving right along. Now, I don't know how this happened. Well, I do know how it happened, so I'm going to just lead off. You gotta, I ain't gonna say just nasty, but it's along the line of nasty, po-home training, or you just ain't got no fucking common sense. Maybe dumb as hell. It might fall under the subject of dumb as hell. But they say a man's pubic hairs was so long, it was cutting off his circulation to his penis. And he liked to lost the tip of his wang. Oh, no, not the Jimi Hendrix. He almost, and I don't know if it's just nasty or lazy, but either way, but they said his pubic hair was getting so long, they ain't been trimmed or groomed. It was starting, and he wasn't circumcised. He was uncircumcised. So the hair was actually wrapping around the tip of the foreskin of the uncircumcised penis. And, man, he going to the doctor, and the doctor's like, we really don't know what's wrong, but it would seem like you just need to trim your pubes up, man. Get yourself together a little bit. But anyway, he liked to loud the tip of his wang. But they said it was some sort of condition. And they gave this big long name for it. But me personally, I ain't no doctor, but I'm a diagnose it as you a nasty, lazy motherfucker. But anyway, moving right along. Y'all, I want to talk about this. And I'm going to come back to a very important subject. But I want to get this on out the way because I feel like it's something that, you got the Russia-Ukraine war. Everybody know that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's kind of overshadowing what's really going on. We got an American stuck over there now. Brittany Griner, the WNBA player. And, I was doing some research and stuff, and I found the reason she was over there in Russia, they supposed to have got some CBD oil or something like that, and it's supposed to be illegal in Russia. So she been in the Russian jail for about a month and a half, maybe 2 months now. But the thing about it, the reason she was even overseas is because the WNBA ain't paying them. So a lot of these players, they go overseas while they off over here in the States. They go overseas and play ball to make money because they don't make enough money to support themselves over here. And I was like, I found that pretty interesting. And come to find out, this is a star player now. But she's making $227,000 a year. And that might sound like a lot of money to the average person, but she's not an average person. She's a professional athlete. And let's just put it like this. Most or majority of NBA players, the men, they making that a game or around that per game. But she makes that all year. Therefore, she has to go overseas and play in the off season overseas so she can make it over here. And I find I'm just putting it straight up, Polo, POV. Man, that's a little fucked up. And my thing, you go have the argument, the WNBA don't bring in as much money as the NBA, and the merchandise ain't. I mean, you always got that argument. But this is a professional athlete. And so I just throw this out there. What if it was, let's say, LeBron James or Steph Curry or who? Ja Morant. I like Ja Morant. What if it was one of these male professional athletes, would it be the same course of direction as opposed to bringing her home or not? I don't know. Or what they saying is they don't want to make it look like she's this big star to give Russia more leverage. They trying to downplay her status because she is a great player. She probably whooped most of our ass in basketball, if you really want to talk about it. But matter of fact, it ain't probably she would. But they trying to downplay it. They're trying to make Russia seem like she's not that big of a deal and they ain't got no leverage as opposed to releasing her. But my thing about this, don't the motherfucker got TV? I mean, it's kind of hard to hide a professional athlete. Like, Tiger Woods, I ain't no fan of nothing, but I know when it comes to golf, betting with Tiger Woods might not be a bad idea. You know what I'm saying? And that's in what's his name? Martin Truex Jr. or some shit like that. He NASCAR. I don't even watch NASCAR. I ain't even interested in NASCAR. But then I just know a little bit in certain names when you're talking about certain sports. And they got a black guy in NASCAR too. And that's a damn shame. I don't know his name, but it's a black guy. Remember they had hung the rope up over, or he thought somebody hung a noose up over his garage, but come to find out it was on some other shit. But I'm gonna have to find his name, y'all. I'm disappointed in myself. I don't know that, but hey, shit happens. Anyways, keeping it in sports, I'm from Mississippi, the SIP. In case y'all didn't know, well, we had the Jackson State Center. Our female, she went to the Indiana Fever in the draft. She went to the WNBA. Hopefully, they'll start paying her a little bit more money. But the reason I found this story interesting, she was the first out of a HBCU to go to the WNBA in 20 years. That's a whole dub, cuz. In 20 years. In case for those that don't know, HBCU is a historically black college or university. And so that was kind of a big deal. You might not feel that way, but it was kind of a big deal. And then it was Jackson is the capital of Mississippi. And like I said, it's a HBCU. And actually, Jackson State making some big moves up there. I don't think he ever enrolled, but Lil Boosie was trying to go to school there. And you got Deion Sanders up there. I think he's the head coach of the football team. And I heard I think it was maybe the president of operations or something. I just heard him on Sway in the Morning the other day. So, yeah, Jackson State makes some pretty good moves, and that's pretty cool. Like I said, being a historically black college, that's pretty cool. Now, this story, I thought was stupid as hell at first. You got to hear it out. So, the Florida man, he finna do 2 years Fed time. And if anybody know anything about Fed time, you got to do all of it. If they give you 2 years, you got to do 365 days times 2. Like in a lot of court systems, especially state crimes, they might give you 3 years, but you only do like 65 or 75% of it. So you only actually end up doing like a year and a half, maybe 2. Like you might get out of some of the time during state, unless it's mandatory. If it's mandatory time, or you get charged as a habitual offender, yeah, you're gonna have to do day for day. But in most cases, you're not gonna do the time. If they give you 10 years, you might do 8.5, maybe even 7 on it. But now Fed time, you finna do all that. If they give you 2 hours, you gonna do 60 minutes times 2. That's just how the Feds rock. But anyway, this man, he doing 2 years Fed time for stealing golf carts. And I was like, what the hell? They say he had a golf cart ring, kind of like some Grand Theft Auto type shit, but with golf carts. You know what I'm saying? I can't imagine a chop shop for golf carts, though. I just can't put that together. But anyway, I was laughing at this shit at first. And then they said he only had, he got like over 63 of them in different states. And a Florida man, of course. I'm telling y'all, man, Florida crazy. So the thing was, I was like, 63 golf carts. I said, this got to be the stupidest motherfucker that ever set foot on earth. And then they was like, it was worth over $300,000. And I said, well, now this got to be the most smartest motherfucker that was ever born. Because, and then I got to thinking about golf carts. You know, when I think of a golf cart, I think some old run-of-the-mill shit I might see locally. But now them people got some money. Like, I can only imagine what Shaquille O'Neal golf cart looked like, what Steve Harvey golf cart looked like. You know what I'm saying?